Recently, I hosted an art show at my project space based on a previous event I had organized some years ago. Reciente tuvimos un evento de arte en mi espacio proyecto. Hey, so I had this idea to do a show called Pajama Party at the Clubhouse and put out an open call, hoping that a bunch of artists would apply for the show. And it turns out only one artist did, Linda.
Hi.
And so we decided to go ahead and do a version of the show anyway, because we wanted to honor that enthusiasm and kind of stepping out there as an artist and doing something a little bit out of your comfort zone. So Linda brought her onesie and her artwork, and she said she would be willing to tell us a little bit about her process and what interested her in this idea.
For me personally, I've always been like a very emotional person. I've always also been inspired by feminine rage and how it's not seen as attractive for a woman to be vulnerable and angry. Whereas if a male, is more angry and aggressive, that's already kind of appreciated because that's seen ideal in masculinity. But for women, we've always are more ideal if we were docile and quiet. And as someone who's had like somewhat of an emotional state, especially for the last few years previously, I felt like I wanted to kind of just say, kind of F that. And this, for me, Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice talks about how even though, yes, I am a sweet and kind person, it's okay to also be emotional and be vulnerable and to let that out as a woman.
Yeah, we did the original Pajama Party at the Clubhouse show 18 years ago. And it was a one-night project over in Oak Cliff.
Hey, Randall. It's Stefan.
What's going on, Stefan?
Sorry, I'm going to get this out of your way. This looks really cool, man. I appreciate this. Sorry I kept it with you.
In the MFA gallery space of Steve Cruz. And a bunch of the Plush artists came. We did an overnight art happening. We had late night panel discussions, performances. That's what led me to make this idea of redoing Pajama Party at the Clubhouse. Like I said, it didn't come together quite like I expected, but I'm still excited to be able to put this version of the show together, something kind of smaller, more conceptual. It's always fun to make art, even when it doesn't conform to your expectations. You just have to be flexible and let it emerge and evolve into what it wants to be. My original idea was to ask artists to wear pajamas to the show, where we would look at the work and talk about art in a relaxed environment. Mi concepto original era usar pijama para cada artista durante la expo. When only one artist submitted work for the show, I realized that the idea probably was not going to work.
This piece right here, it's about compulsory heterosexuality and how it's commodified within our culture. And the collage that's around the objects that I found were made from like MS Paint, and basically it's collaged from like vintage magazines that show like a heterosexual scene or like a traditional family unit. It's like the biggest like thing I've done that's like really personal to me, that's like out of my comfort zone. I was inspired by one of my painting professors who recently started to do more installation like pieces, and I thought that was really exciting to see that, so I wanted to give it a shot.
Like it. Oh, there's the one from tonight.
The first show we're having here is a 500X members show. So we have 4 members from 500X showing a selection of their work. We have Ashley Witt, Ross Faircloth, Nora Soto, and me. Very convenient having a studio space and an exhibition space at the same location. This Eclectika show, this one is curated by MCAT Davis. We have 8 artists in this show. It is called The Something Out of Nothing, and it's a sort of a celebration about the act of creating something out of nothing. Winding down the season, we've got Opal's show coming up at the end of November. got Blush of Power, and then we get to come up with another season of shows for the spring. So that's what I'm working on now.
There are always new surprises.
Yeah.
So we had the surprise of Plush Projects coming here a couple of months ago, and who knows what else might be around the corner. Always something interesting happening here. You're calling it Industrial Park?
Yeah, might as well. We got two galleries, not three, only two. You know, can't speak further on that, but
It's a park and it's industrial, so
yeah,
Derrick's calling it Industrial Park.
yeah, industrial park galleries. You know, all under the same roof, acting as their own, but collectively together in the space.
Got to come check it out sometime.
Right, only two galleries now, not three.
2.
Just two, not three.
The thing I like most about art openings, besides seeing the art and talking with other artists, is the ability to express yourself. Una cosa que me gusta es la oportunidad para expresar tú mismo. As the evening progressed, the crowd grew, and a familiar scene emerged of people gathered together to share their creative expression. Finally, it was time to call it a night. Finalmente fue tiempo a salir por la noche.
Pull your weight somehow.
We're out of here.
All right.
So good to see
Yeah,
y'all.
good to see you. Bye, Derrick.
All right. We'll
See you
see
next
you.
time. Great show, as always.
Thanks.
Another fun night
Yeah.
at
At
the Eclectika Plush Projects at Industrial Park,
Yeah.
as they're calling it now.
It kind of feels like an industrial park.
It
Because
kinda
it
does.
is.
Because it is. Have a good night. Buenas noches.
Good night.
Te amo. Besos. Mis amigos. And with that, we headed out into the night with the memory of this new experience on our minds. Por fin salimos llevando estos nuevos recuerdos.